Dear viewers, welcome to the YouTube channel H2O Chemistry. In this video, we are going to learn the topic called gravity separation, otherwise called hydraulic method. Let us see the principle now. It is one of the concentration method used for concentrating ores. It is sometimes called as Wilfley table. The principle behind this method is a difference in the densities of the substances. Difference in the densities of the substances or specific gravity of the substances. The specific gravity, otherwise called relative gravity. So we compare with the one more substance and we'll find out the gravity. A very simple one. For example, if you drop a stone into water, the stone will quickly settle down at the bottom because it's very heavy. Whereas if you drop a sponge to the water, it will float first and it will take time, it will absorb water and then it will take time to settle down, right? So the heavier particle will settle down quickly than the lighter particles, right? So in this type of method, the heavier ore particles settle down quickly than the lighter gangue particles. So that is the idea. So the ore particles are heavier, whereas the lighter particles are gunks. Gunks we call, it is impurity. So this method is mainly employed for native ores such as gold. The word native means they are available as a gold, they are available as a metal. The gold in the mining area is available as a gold, whereas the metals like iron, tin does not occur in a native state. That means they combine with oxygen, so that we have to remove this oxygen to get this metal, whereas the gold is a less reactive metal, so it exists in the earth as a gold. That's why we call it as a native state ore or native ore we call. So this method is employed for native ores such as gold and oxide ores such as hematite, which is a chief ore of a principal ore of iron, and tin stone, this SnO2. So these are the ores we employ this method. The main idea is the hematite ore is heavy, whereas the impurities are lighter, so it will settle down very quickly. So you could see the setup here. The powdered ore is taken in the hopper and a jet of water is allowed through. This is a gorgated table. It is in the sloped manner or inclined plane. So when the powdered ore is poured in the gorgated plate, the jet of water is allowed to pass through. Here you could see some grooves are there, grooves, a bit like thing. So the grooves, what happens when you allow the water to continuously flow through this corrugated plate, the grooves, the heavier particles will settle down, whereas the lighter particles are washed away quickly. Later, slowly the heavier particle will settle down at the first tank. The lighter particles are carried along with the water and washed away. So this is the idea, right? So let us learn the next one, that is a method. So you could see the other diagram of the same method. So here we call corrugated table, right? It is a vibrating one, so it's a mechanical vibration it happens. That's why it's called hydraulic method too. So the powder ore or crushed ore is taken in the hopper and the water is allowed on the plate. So on that time the crushed ore is poured from the hopper. So the heavier ore are blocked, or else in the grooves it will settle down. The blocked by the corrugated table. In this we have a grooves. The grooves stops the heavier particle because that settle down very quickly in the grooves, right? So it will vibrate like this. So when this vibrates, so all the lighter particles are washed away, whereas heavier particles will settle down in the grooves, right? The denser particles settle down in the grooves, lighter particles are washed away. Lighter particles are nothing but impurities are washed away by the water. So in this manner we can separate the heavier ore particles by this method. by this method. So it is a very simple method, we can say. It's a sloping table, vibrating one. So when it vibrates, all the lighter particles are washed away, the heavier particle alone will be settled in the grooves. This is an idea, right? Okay. The next other type of tables you could see here, difference in the gravity is used. Water and lighter gang particles are washed away, whereas heavier particles, the dark ones, are settled down at the grooves. So grooves, I told you, it's a pit in the instrument. This is called Wilflet table, mainly used for gold ores. So the lighter mud particles are washed away, the heavier gold particles will settle down in the grooves. I hope this video will be very helpful in learning the gravity separation method. If you have any doubts, you can command it. You can command in the box given below. If you like this video, you can subscribe and click the bell button to get the notification instantly. Thank you.